What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Batty Talks. We're here on some Call of Duty Ghosts, and man, this map is terrible. This game is terrible. I don't even know why I recorded footage for this game, but we're gonna record some more, and you know what? We're gonna keep showing it just because it's part of the history, man. And nobody likes this game. I don't even like this game, but you know what? We're gonna keep showing it. Yeah, what are we here to talk about today? Well, today we're talking about relationships. We're talking about the person you want to be, and we're talking about what really counts for, how you represent yourself. So, what have I been doing? Well, earlier today, I went to a friend's, little hangout sesh. It was somebody's birthday, I was just there. And, it was with a bunch of people that I would say I didn't really like. I don't really like those people, it's not like I dislike them, but it's just like if I chose to hang out with someone, it wouldn't really be them. And then after that, I went to a different hangout sesh with a bunch of other different people that I also wouldn't choose to hang out with. If I were to hang out with someone, I'd say, yeah, probably not these people. And and it's at this point, where you're sitting there and you have to ask yourself, why am I here? Why am I in this situation? And obviously, the reason I went to both of these events, both of these hangouts, was just to, hang out with people, chill out, just, have a good time. Obviously, I knew I was going to have less of a good time because yeah, it's not I don't really like these people all that much, right? But it's still good. It's still good to meet new people, I should say. It's still good to meet all kinds of people you can because you never know who you're actually gonna like until you actually hang around them. Obviously today I was less than surprised, I would say. It's not like my whole world view was changed. It's not like I met anyone that I thought was going to be different than I already thought they were going to be. But I would still say it was a good experience. I would still say I'm glad that I did that. And you really got to do this, every single day, right? If you just see some guy walking on the street and he looks kind of interesting, just talk to him. Just say, "Hey, you know what? What's going on, bro? I like your shirt. What's that about?" And just start talking, man, because you really never know who you're gonna meet. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words, but you really never know who you're gonna meet, and it's, even after a few, we'll say mission failures, even after you go to a few events, you go, I don't really like any of these people. You still just gotta keep trying. You just gotta keep going and going, but still, maybe there'll be someone new that I'll get to meet. Maybe even a lady. And that's what I've been doing. Just sort of not really trying to meet new people, but if the opportunity arises, I'll go, hey, yeah, sure, that's fine. I'll do that. And then I go and do it, and I go, huh, yeah, that was okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't this amazing experience. And, you sort of take a gamble every time you go into a new experience. You go, hey, I'm taking a chance here. Maybe this will be awesome. Maybe this will be terrible. Maybe this will be just okay. And if it's just okay, that's fine. If it's terrible, that's fine. If it's awesome, then that's awesome, right? No matter how it ends up in the end, you can look at yourself and say, hey, at least it was a new experience. At least I got to meet some new people. And you can go, hey, that was actually pretty cool. Maybe none of those people I would really jive with. None of those people I would really. That explosion was insane. None of those people I would really, call my lifelong friends or someone I would continue to interact with. But you know what? They were pretty cool in their own right. They've got their thing going on. I've got mine. You know what? It was cool talking to them for just this once. It was cool saying what's up, getting some new perspectives. And that's really what life is all about, really. Just getting new perspectives on everything, really. That's what this channel is about. That's what I feel like Call of Duty commentary channels have evolved into, really, is literally just getting perspective. Because you can get advice anywhere. You could probably get way better advice on anything from your parents. And if not from your parents, then your friends. If not from your friends, then yourself. You probably know the right answer to a lot of the situations you're in, even if you don't want to admit it yourself. What I think these Call of Duty commentary channels are, what I think this channel is about getting a new perspective, or not really a new perspective, but just a different one. Maybe one you hadn't thought of, maybe one you had, but just looking at a situation and saying, hey, this is how this guy thinks of it. Based on that, that's either going to change my perspective or not change my perspective, right? This channel isn't supposed to tell you what to do. It's supposed to, you know, it's not even supposed to guide you, right? It's just supposed to be something you can look at and say, hey, this guy thinks this, I think this. If we disagree, that's cool. If we agree, that's cool, right? Because people have different perspectives, man. That's the human experience, dude. You're living it, pal. This is it. If you don't have anyone to talk to, if I'm the last person you heard in the last 2 weeks, yeah, fix your shit, man. Meet some new people, right? I'm not here to be your friend. I'm not here to give you good advice. I'm not here to do anything, all right? I'm just here to talk. That's all I do. It's Batty Talks. We're talking. That's what we're doing. This is probably this might be the worst episode of Batty Talks yet. I'm gonna be honest. This might be the worst episode. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't gonna admit this. I was saying I wasn't gonna admit this. I was like thinking about what I was gonna talk for this episode. I was like, I just can't say that. I'm gonna admit this. I'm a little bit tipsy right now. I've been drinking a little bit. And we're a little bit tipsy, but that's okay. That's the human experience, man. This is it, pal. You're listening to me. This is my truest self. This is all I've ever been. This is all I'll ever be, man. And while my thoughts might not be as composed, my words are as true as ever. Maybe even more true than ever. What you have to listen to me. You have to listen to me right here, right now. You have to tell yourself, what am I? What am I? Am I a person? Am I a being? Am I a thought process? Am I a personality? Figure out who you are, man. Decide what you want to do and then just do it. It's not that hard, man. This life shit, as long as you boil it down to what I'm going to do next, it's easy. So just think about that. What am I going to do next? What are you going to do next? That's what you should be looking forward to, the next step. But don't forget to live in the moment. I'll be talking about that next time, I'm sure. But that's all the time I've got for today. Sorry for the episode, but this is all I've got, man. This is me. Be sure to send me an email at battytalks@gmail.com. But for now, this is Batty Shogun signing off.